Here's a question about stability and flexibility in the 5th and 6th positions, and this in particular applying to Schumann cello concerto, the second movement, this. So if you feel stiff in these positions, and the student who asked me had this question, first of all, I can recommend not using the 4th finger in this position unless you absolutely have to. So rather than, for me, that's really uncomfortable, and it also just doesn't fit the shape of the way my cello shoulder meets the neck. So I would really recommend 1, 2, 1, 3. And then what I notice is that in this particular case, for this question, the hand is a little bit strangely passive. And I say strangely because in a way there's tension in the hand, but at the same time it's not being supported by the entire arm. And what I find really important when you want to have stability, and especially you have legato notes that you want to connect, that each finger, and I'm talking about a slow tempo like this in the second movement of the Schumann concerto, that each finger has its own integrity. So I think of each finger as a kind of foot that I can stand on with the weight of my arm, forearm, maybe even entire arm, all right? So you can try just that as an exercise. Take your second finger, because it's probably the strongest of all just to start with, and keep it round, and see if you can hang the weight of your arm on that second finger. And keep the other fingers relaxed and free, so they're not all bunched up around the second finger. Because if they do that, and of course you will see people who play like that and they still play really great. So this is, there's always an exception to the rule, and maybe it's not even a rule, but this is what works for me, that when the fingers are separate, then it's easier to connect to the next note. It's easier to find the next note also. So just try hanging on the second finger. And if you're working on this passage, then hang on the first finger. And of course, my first finger is caved in this situation, because that's how I can get a better vibrato and better sound quality, and hang on the third finger. So if you feel that you can support the weight of your arm with each finger, then it will be easier to move from one to the next as if you're just walking. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Just transferring the weight. And that's an important feeling, so that the hand is more like a conduit to transfer the weight and the strength of the entire arm into the fingers. The fingers themselves, if they're not supported by the rest of the arm, can't be that strong. So give that a try.